Alright, we have two endings out of the four, so let's do everything towards her except for Trish. Alright, now we're gonna ignore her. See what happens. Wait, what? Glad to know she's still holding up. Wait, did that skip entirely? Yeah, Naser beats me up. I'm not gonna have enough soda. Blah blah blah. April 1st. So that other auditorium scene with Naser is skipped entirely. Because there's two versions of it that I've seen so far. Anyways, where were we? I did everything the same except for that I ignored Trish. And now I believe I'm getting a different scene. With Fang on talking about the prom. Anyways, okay. He meanders to pester the next few students. Where were we? Turning back to Fang, her hands are trying to cover her face. Except the frown that's impossible to hide with her long beak. Fang, you alright? An embarrassed smile forms as she begins to shake her head. Yeah, I'm good. I was just wasn't reminded of something embarrassing. What? Trish? Trish? I can't help it. I see her every day. We tried signing up to as many classes together as we could, and now I regret it. And every time I do, I'm reminded of this whole thing. I'm not good at the pronoun game. What whole thing? The pronoun thing. This is different. Now things are different. And I wish I hung out with Naser more than her. There's some disdain in the way she said it. Now that they've mentioned it, Trish has been very weird lately. Should I mention to Fang the fact that every day in math period, I try to check if there's a bomb under my seat? There's a bomb in me potatoes. You're the one I see the least. It's such a shame. Fang started stroking my hand on the table. Now, though, I've been thinking, and I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind if you called me Lucy. Hey, do you remember that Dices scum girl? You might wanna look her up. How she's changed lately. I'd like it, in fact. Are you sure? Mm-hmm. There's a fragility to her voice, a stiffness in her nod. But if Lucy would like it, then... Alright then, Lucy. I love Lucy. She blushes again and looks away. I test her name a couple times. It's a nice name. Really sweet, but... Fang fits her more in my mind. Only you, though. I don't know if I'm comfortable with anyone else seeing it yet. I see. Thank you for sharing that with me. Now the both of us are blushing. Well, if we're already in the moment, I might as well ask. Anyways, Flucy, don't stress yourself over it. Right. Anyways, prom. Fang's amber eyes zero in. Her pleading gaze bores through to my soul, and I feel the unstoppable urge to comfort her in any way possible. You want to go with me? I watch as Lucy's face slowly grows redder and redder. Her lips turn from a thin line to an impressively massive grin. She tries to cover up her face with her hands. When that fails to hide her growing excitement, her wings engulf her upper body. A squeal of elation penetrates the feathered cage, accompanied by the staccato beat of boots stomping rapidly on the ground. Whoa, dude. Once the ground sounds of jubilation die down, Lucy lowers her wings. She takes a calming breath and shrugs nonchalantly. Yeah, sure, why not? Sure, could be cool. Might be cool. The whole class is snickering and I have to fight back my own. Sadly, it was a foe far greater than I. Up the shut fuck. Shut the up, dude. Shut my fuck up, okay? Jeez. Shut the up will always be one of my favorite pictures. You're my date. I'm allowed to be happy. While her voice was petulant, there was an underlying tone of cheer in it. I reassured Lucy with a smile, which she responded by lowering her wings until they folded neatly behind her. Yeah, I thought I should warn you, though, that I can't dance for shit. Your feet have been warned. That's fine. I'll just step on your feet instead. I need a suit. You're mumbling again, and I could ask Dazer for his old one. I was thinking something like that, but I'll probably just ask my dad for his old tux, tailored for humans. It'd be pretty silly to be walking around all night with the wing holes exposing my undershirt. That'd be pretty silly. And then there's the tail. Show off the little hearts on my underwear. But yeah, my dad's suit would work nice, even if it's a bit old. He used to tell me about the parties he went to when he was about my age. Sounds like he was a lot of fun. Anyways, you got anything to wear? My mom's already probably bought the perfect outfit for me. But the announcement for prom was just earlier this period. And sounds like it's a date then. I get the joke. About her mom. Fang's smile is cherubic. Okay. Cherub. Blah blah. And before I can fully memorize it. Bing bong! Crap, the assignment. We were mostly done with it anyways. I look at our mostly done sheet. Flipping it over, the backside has twice the questions and 4 times the blank spots. Mostly halfway. I simply sigh and drop the sheet. Finish it at my place. Sounds like a second date. Yeah, this is very different. This is a different ending. Either 2 or 3. Later at my hovel of a home. Almost finished. I wish I could get some help for the other periods. This took way too long. Fuck, man. Trish keeps staring at me during class, expecting me to talk to her. I gotta avoid Reed and Stella now because they're always around her, too. It's agonizing. I keep having these dreams where she mans up and I'm forced to talk to her again. They feel more like nightmares now. Rosa's too busy to help, with the exercises I mean, but I hope the camping trip will be fun. Well, it's done, all of it. You're a pretty cool guy. For you. No problem, I just like helping you, I guess. Then without asking anything in return. You're so good to be. Thanks, Lucy. Is there nothing you really want from me? You mean repay? I don't know. Things are too good now, though. More naps? Or perhaps hugs? Hand holding? I'm sweating profusely. Or maybe a kiss? A kiss with that huge snoot? Why are you afraid? Have you never kissed a dinosaur before? I'm pretty sure Chris Pratt has, though. No. Not even a human girl. It's called hand-holdless, kissless virgin for a reason, Fang. Oh. So I'm your first. That's exciting. This is so weird. I don't know how I'm feeling right now. Don't you feel weird too? I've kissed shorter snouts. Yours can't be that different. If it doesn't work out, it won't change anything, right? Promise? Of course I promise. Get over here, you fucking pussy. Okay. I won't bite, though I never had human before. Here it goes. Well, that's just the lips. The tongue, come on. Oh my god. What are you doing? Your mouth hinges way back. I have to hang my jaw. Don't do that, it's stupid. You open wide now. That's even sillier. Well, God gives his silliest battles to his funniest clowns. Glug, hack, irk. How long is your tongue? I think I reached your tonsils. Oh god, I think I almost threw up. I threw up. Shit, sorry. It's fine, let me think. Let's try the other one again. Okay. Don't open as wide. Wait. Tilt to the side, like this. I don't know, I'll probably never get the hang of this. I mean, you did well on the prom concert. Really? I think it was, nice. Wait, seriously? Yeah, you're not a bad kisser. Woman? Bullshit. Seriously, here. Don't be shy now. Lucy? See, getting better. What a wild ride. I can feel your heart beating. It's so loud. Yeah, same. It's been a few weeks since I asked Lucy out to prom. Gotta say, things are looking up for me now. Lucy has really taken to helping Rosa with the school gardens. Rosa doesn't force me to help anymore, but I still frequently lend a hand. Just earlier today, Lucy and I were planting some whatevers that were set to bloom in just a few weeks. More differences. And now I'm setting up a pair of tents. God, where are we? Where are we, nerd? Now I'm setting up a pair of tents. Alone. Despite being in a group of 4. Stella's chattering with me about the esoteric, while the school's delinquents get the Orwellian treatment from Rosa, who swamps between helping Fang plant some kind of exotic flower, I don't know, and barking orders. I understand maybe a third of what Stella's saying, and mostly just nod along. Yeah. Night's really important because the moon will be in perfect alignment for my divininations. Whatever. Right. Lunar eclipse. Is that the one where you can't see the moon, or the one where you can't see the sun? Well, if you take the moon and you take the sun... Sigh. It's also called a blood moon for its color. It's a very important night for me, Annan. I feel as though my divinations will be at their best under its crimson glow. But camping? Oh yes. My backyard is very big. Long bus ride to school. But I see the stars at night so well. So Stella has slumber parties often. We should go too. Why? We can go stargazing. Just imagine it. But camping, can't we just... Come on, don't you want to watch the stars together with me? Lucy's pleading eyes lock onto mine. Alright, as long as we have tents. I don't want to deal with insects. As long as we have tents. Me and my stupid fucking mouth. Finally, I managed to get a post to stick into the soft soil. 1 down, 19 to go. I guess that was sort of a flashback to what I'm doing right now, which is the camping. And now Lucy's going to use those cute sad eyes whenever she wants something. And no alone time with her since all the girls are working at the grill. You guys aren't just making dinner with that gross herbivore meat, alright? We making some Impossible Whoppers, alright? I am always prepared to serve guests. Which ones were which again? If I bite into even a single bug, your cards are going to the campfire. Camping is supposed to be relaxing. Relax. I just set up 4 fucking tents, alright? When you're done with the tents, you need to start the campfire. Thanks, Rosa. I appreciate it. Why me? Rosa and Stella flinch and exchange glances. Just figured you'd know is all. Jesus.
That's racist!
Why would I? Hey, wait a minute. The principal fits the bill so well. Guess that's just him. Not all humans, alright? Cave lives matter, alright? Come on, quit teasing him. Who cares if he hasn't evolved the fire yet? I trip into the tent and tear the whole thing down. By the time I get both of the tents standing, the sun is nearing the horizon. My back already hurts from setting everything up. Luckily, Lucy carries around a lighter for her cigarettes, and I was able to start a small fire. What, I didn't have to do the sticks? I slump on one of the logs around the fire pit and try to massage my shoulders. Hello, Anon. Is the food ready? Stella and Lucy are getting some plates to use. Just taking a seat for a minute. Thanks for inviting Lucy and I to camp back here. Oh, don't thank me. I'm very happy to have friends over. Although, normally, I struggle with making the tent stand. So really, I must thank you for setting it up for me. It was nothing. Stella calls out from the back door to Rosa's house. She's returning with Lucy, both holding extra utensils and snack foods. Rosa waves them over. I never pictured Fang coming over. Lucy really is lucky to have you. Stella struggles to separate the false shish kebabs from the real meat before handing me a plate. Lucy gets that look in your eye and snatches the bigger one right off. Eventide draws near. I believe it's at best we sojourn from the fated ones, Rosa. My scrying glass awaits. What? I don't speak, whatever the fuck that was. I believe Stella means that the sun is setting and we need to go set up her telescope. Then why didn't she just say that? Rosa and Stella take their plates of imposter kebabs and start walking to the other end of Rosa's yard. Fang shrugs at me and starts devouring her food. With nothing to do but wait for nighttime, I also begin to remove kebab. Bleh, I think Stella undercooked this. Give me some of yours. No way, you have your own. Well, I want yours too. You're supposed to share with your girlfriend. Damn her and her filthy potato logic. Fine, you can have a bite. I hold out the meat on a stick for her. She grins wickedly. I realize my mistake as I watch her maw widen and engulf the entirety of my kebab. Once she pulls away, I'm left holding a crispy yet clean wooden stick. Stolen food is the best food. Thank you. Well, that was uncalled for. Here, take the gross one. Lucy hands over her undercooked kebab. Whatever, I like it rare anyways. You should be thanking me then. She leans her head into my shoulder. This really was undercooked. I hold the stick over the fire to char a bit more. That's just going to burn the outside. Can't be harder than roasting a marshmallow, right? Did Rosa bring any? Think so. Save your kebab stick for him. think I'd rather use a regular stick off the ground than get a greasy marshmallow. Eh. Lucy and I listened to the cracklings of the fire for a few minutes. Somewhere in the distance, I hear Stella yelling at Rosa about leaving the telescope cap on. Rosa said earlier that I'm lucky to have you. You feel lucky? I'm thinking it's the other way around. I do. Rosa was right. I wouldn't have thought about going camping back in first semester. I really have been changing a lot. Your kebab's on fire. Shit! What was that movie where the guy's marshmallow's on fire and he starts waggling around and the fiery marshmallow gets on some other guy or something? I forget what that was. I blew out the now burnt chunks of meat. Flambe? Lucy snorts. Chewing down on this, it's not the worst thing I've eaten, but it comes close. Still want a piece? She just holds her mouth open. I put the stick in biting range and she gnaws the chunk off. Yeah, it's not undercooked anymore, that's for certain. Looks like poured jet fuel on it. Lucy leans back into her arms, staring up into the night sky. I finish off the stick and join her. Stella was right. The stars look great out here. Reminds me of home. The stars do. Oh yeah, there wasn't a lot of light pollution around Rock Bottom. In the brief time I was in Scouts, I got to look at the constellations a bit. Name a few. I don't remember now. This was like a decade ago. Orion's Belt. Anyone can name Orion's Belt. Big Spoon and Little Spoon. You mean the Dippers? Oh yeah, also yes. Lucy hums and scoots close enough so I can wrap an arm around her shoulder. Her head leans onto my shoulder, and I can't help but smile. Something like this, then. Close enough. I think you can see Mars, too. It's supposed to be the red one. I think that's the moon. It's been a while, okay? Cut your boyfriend some slack. I feel her head shake as she withholds a snicker for my sake. Still managed to get my badge, though, somehow. Aren't you the big, strong man? Fuck it, a compliment's a compliment. We gaze up at the night sky in companionable silence. Oh, look. Lucy points to the sky at a shooting star. Hey, you got a wish? That's not a shooting star, dork. It isn't. I look again. The star is joined by several smaller dots trailing behind in the sky for only an instant before disappearing over the other horizon. A meteor shower. Stella's incomprehensible, excited gibberish breaches our ears. Lucy lays down on her back to get a better view. A little dirt on my clothes is worth the moment. Man, being here with Lucy after such a wonderful night. I feel like no matter what, everything's going to be just fine. I feel the same. I'm just gonna start biting my tongue. Thank you for being here with me. This was all you, and Rose and Stella too. No, you big dweeb. I mean, you've always been there for me, even when I was so mean to you. I don't know what kind of road I was going down when you met me, but I know it wasn't a good place to be. I don't know where I was going to end up if I never found you. You saved me, Annan, and I'll always be grateful for that. She sits up and looks down at me with that warm smile of hers. Hearing her put it that way, maybe I did fix Lucy after all. She seems so happy with how things are. It doesn't matter if it was all part of someone's stupid plan. Lucy's fingers dance across my cheek. Slowly, slowly, ever so slowly. Her eyes lift as she leans forward, her head tilting and her mouth opening slowly. It's taken a month for us to figure this out, but now that we've had practice, I raise myself up with my own mouth, meeting hers in a slow and soft connection. Her tongue slides along mine, and this time she manages not to gag me with it. Our first through 14 kisses never went this smoothly, and it's utter bliss as we savor each other's lips. And while I would stay like this forever if I could, air is very much a necessity for life. We separate just as slowly as when we connected. Lucy's eyes open as she smiles impishly at me. I love you. Me too. She giggles and lays down, her head resting on my shoulder, and her wing becoming a blanket as we look back to the stars. We stay lying a bit longer, keeping the red moon company. 1 month later, it's prom night. My old man was kind enough to send over his tuxedo, blah blah blah. That's different. Lucy comes downstairs in a white dress. The back of the dress trails down the stairs behind her. Can't say I'd imagine you'd ever willingly wear one of these. Yeah, been here a while. Your dress looks great, Lucy. So, is each ending based off of what dress she wears for prom? Or what she ends up wearing, I should say. Oh, doesn't it? When I got the school's email, I knew right away that the precious little get-up I saw shopping the day before would be just perfect. I even got Nazar's outfit while I was at it. Thanks, Raptor Jesus. I appreciate it. I would have been just fine just going in church clothes, for the record. Is she the reason why he wears such garbage? Oh, hush. The two of you look just like your father and when we met at a school dance. And I when we met at a school dance. We'll all look at Nazar's rather colorful get-up for a moment. It was somehow still less loud than his usual jacket. Come again? I remember it fondly, right, dear? Lucy's father hasn't moved from his seat. Oh no, do I? I remember you in that snazzy zoot suit. You saw me by the punch bowl, strode right up and offered to dance. Mom, stop. I'm trying to create the mental image. Nope, can't do it. That look her dad has given me. It's saying you'll be upgraded to a putter if you never speak of this to anyone. I can see where Fang gets her temper from now. Fine by me. Oh, but Lucy, you look so precious in that dress. We need more pictures. The tiny pterosaur tries to push Lucy next to her father, fighting with the duo to propose properly. I glance at Nazar, who seemingly resigns himself to countless more photos. I think we're going to be late if you take any more pictures. Both Lucy and Nazar nod in agreement to that. You'll be able to show your own children a bit early. I feel a tug on my arm and spin around to Naomi, giving me a look of unfiltered frustration. Oh, Lucy, there's a string coming out of your dress. Where are the scissors? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't mess with the strings. I'll get them. Come with me. I don't even live here. It's, the scissors are kept on the top shelf and I can't reach. She pushes me towards the kitchen. I don't even know how Nazar doesn't catch on to what she's doing. Wait, what? Oh. Okay. Okay, she starts out with the string, and then Naomi says she'll get them. Never mind what I just did. Oh, what are you up to, Naomi? She pinches the bridge of her nose and exhales slowly. Normally I would be thanking you from the bottom of my warm heart for fixing Lucy and Nazar's relationship. They're siblings and that's how it should be. Then what's the big fucking deal? Let me finish. However, I don't think Lucy is completely fixed. She's still not talking to me. She just runs away from everyone at school now, and Nazer keeps texting her. I had to call him out on it, and that he was slacking on his school duties, behaving like a crass idiot like you, just like you. What have you done to them both? The only thing I've done is support her. I didn't do it for you or your stupid plan. I just want to have a good time with Lucy without any more bullshit. I swear to God Almighty, if my night with Nazer is ruined because of Lucy's... Naomi's sneer vanishes, replaced with her usual false smile. But okay. Of course, you two deserve it after everything you've done. Suddenly I feel another tug on my arm. This time Fang's mom dragging me back into the middle of the room. No need for scissors anymore. Oh, and I never got any pictures of you and Lucy yet. Oh, please, God, no more pictures. Fine, but we should really get going if you want to. Just a couple. I can even send these ones to your parents. I bet they're just as proud as you as we are of Lucy and Nazer. I'm sure they're just as surprised that I'm actually going to prom. Posing with Lucy is nice, but I make sure to be extra careful where my arms go in front of her dad. Right in the middle. Right in the middle. On the arc. Right on the arc of the back. The searing strobe lights finally end, and I can feel my early onset of blindness. These photos need to have a special album all their own. Honey, we need another photo album. Mom. Oh, fine, make sure to have fun at prom. I glance over and Lucy's dad catches me dead in the eyes. Home by midnight. I manage a weak nod and Lucy rushes me towards the door. The ride in the Naze car is awkward and uneventful. Nazer didn't chuck his jacket to the back seat as a divider, so Lucy and I can sit next to each other this time around. I heard that Spears might be giving a little musical number tonight. Nazer stopped spreading rumors from the junior class. So that was just a rumor? Damn. What, do you want to hear him sing some opera? Maybe. I'd certainly pay to see him try. My ears take enough abuse from him during the school day. He won't be singing, but we did get Reed to be a DJ for the night. His only condition was that he got to wear that mascot costume, which is rather odd, but whatever. Everyone aside from Nazer involuntarily sighs. What? Was it something I said? Pulling into the school's parking lot by the gym, I take in the view. The students strung up various strings of lights along with the overgrowths of vines around the school. What a crew. The line to get in isn't too long, and it only takes a few minutes to get inside. Inside is about as well decorated as outside. Those nerdy little Chinese lanterns are strung about from wall to wall. Oh, they go with my dress. What a coincidence. It's almost like the person who planned the entire event has insider information on the decor. Calling me surprised. Mumbling, fuck. I think I'll hit up the catering first. What about you guys? I'll pass, I can't afford any fancy food. What? What? The price of the food is included in the tickets, man. How poor are you? I live in Skin Row, remember? Sorry, forget I asked. The thought of being able to eat like an actual human for once already pushed Nazer's apology out of my mind. In that case, I'll go get food for both me and Lucy. What do you want? Give me the closest thing they have to barbecue. And if you're getting food too, could you get me a plate of kapamaki? Kapamaki? What? Cucumber sushi roll. The Spruce eats. So is kapamaki a pun? I had no idea. It's a pretty good pun, I'll say that. Wrong country. Nazer slugs me on the shoulder. Ow, dickhead. Looks like we're playing waiters for a bit. Seems that way. I follow him to the food table. I don't even recognize most of these dishes. I get a heaping plate of 7 or 8 different dishes for Lucy and pick out a steak for myself, grabbing a few nice looking sandwiches from the other end of the table. Wait, I have to get drinks too. Fuck, my hands are already full. You got everything? Don't got drinks. We can always do a return trip, I guess. Hey, is this what Lucy would want? Honestly, man, you could probably get her to eat a rock if you told her it came from a cow. I see. Nazer starts heading back to where we left the other two. He suddenly stops halfway through, and I have to catch myself from dropping the plates. What's wrong? Nazer gestures forward. Naomi's attempting to talk to Lucy, overwhelming her with questions. Lucy's looking on edge. I should probably intervene quick. Dress is very nice, Lucy. We should go out together clothes shopping sometimes. Come on, you're in need of new friends right now, right? Why don't we? Hey, we're back and we got food. Naomi turns her attention to the plates Nazer and I are carrying. Did you get sukiyaki? I guess I forgot. Sorry, I'll go run and get it. That's fine. I was getting to be friends with Lucy and... Lucy pushes herself away from the table and strides away. Oh? I leave the plate behind and chase after her. Lucy has retreated to the back corner of the gym. I just can't, Tannen. Then don't. God, I'm not doing it again. Everyone just wants to have a good time and I'm ruining everything. It's alright. I caught a glimpse of Nazer and Naomi away at their seat enjoying themselves. I think Lucy saw the same thing because she snapped back to me and wrapped her arms around my waist. You know what? No need to be upset. Nazer and Naomi aren't my prom dates. Just you. She breathes in and lets out a comforting sigh. I looked around for any witnesses, feeling very smug. But that suit does kind of stink. Confidence shattered. Oh, there you two are. Our principal strides over to us, signing off a few papers on a clipboard he has. Lucy, there you are. That surprise you wanted is about ready. Surprise? Yeah, the one you filed papers for a few weeks back. Everything's ready for it. Is the surprise you giving an opera number? I'm on a pretty tight schedule tonight. I don't have a lot of time for jokes. Follow me. Who did the bullshit? Spears leads us around the crowd to behind the temporary stage set up at the other end of the gym. You signed up for something? I don't think so. You're on in 10 or so minutes. Lucy freezes. On? Surprise! Oh, no. Trish, Rosa, and Stella are carrying around various instruments and equipment. Trish is visibly exhausted and stressed. I'll leave you to it. You'll get in after Reed's done with his DJ bit. I just remembered. There it is. I went back and got it, so... The disc is... sometimes when you get a Blu-ray or whatever, or DVD, the disc is kind of clear and... it's kind of clear. This one is see-through. See, look at that. The other ones I have aren't quite see-through like that. So, what the hell is this? So, Fang, we get to play at the prom. We have all the instruments ready. I brought in a regular guitar for you to play. I don't mind. We can play whatever you want. What do you say? Lucy is completely catatonic by this point, unable to respond. What? Didn't see you there. You look less dorky with a suit on, let me tell you. You came with Fang? That's sweet. Reed's also coming. I don't know if he'll manage in the costume, but he'll play the drums. What do you say? Whose idea was this? It was a group effort, you stupid. We're here to help, right? We've noticed Lucy's been struggling by herself. Where would this have come from? The expectant stares of the trio snap Lucy from her stupor. Lucy flinches a bit, then bolts out of the backstage area. Rosa and Stella look as though they're only just now thinking this was a bad idea. Really? That Trisha's smile melts from her face. What were you thinking? And please tell me, is Fang fine? She was fine. Now look at what you've done. Where do you think you're going? Trish tries to leave, but I manage to grab her shoulder. I'm going after her. Wait, Annan. Damn it, Rosa pulls my arm free, letting Trish run after Lucy. Let them solve this. I'm sure Lucy's at a point where she can deal with this. She most definitely is not. Why'd you have to pull this stunt today of all days? Couldn't you have just tried this bullshit any other time? Who are you to say I didn't? I've been talking to Lucy for a while, trying to get her to make amends with Trish. She never told me. I drew her the world and the sun. Past this night she'll achieve completion. Fulfillment. It's a good fucking Stella, man. For your sake, I hope they were upright. Does it matter if they're all upright? What do you mean? I flipped the cards after I got back from the bathroom. Rosa, what did you do? I peeked. The world was upside down, so I fixed it. And then go get Fang. No need to tell me that. I leave the incompetent bunch behind to look for Lucy. Is that important, Stella? I thought it was just for play. Back in the gymnasium, I find Lucy huddled in a corner. Her hands are on her head as she tries to block out Trish. Trish, for her part, is only shouting even louder. Loud enough for me to hear as I make my way to my girlfriend. You never thought about me all this time? Seriously, say something. Trish, I can't even look at you anymore. Why? Is it still what I said? I accept you and Annan. Seriously, you and him are cute together or something. I didn't mean any of what I said about you two. It wasn't just that, it was everything else. Shit you did and said, making me question years of my life. What are you talking about? Come on, let's play. This'll be Worm Drama's biggest show to date. I don't want to. Come on, let's go. No. Trish. My shout shocks the desperate Triceratops away from Lucy. I glower as she turns a sickeningly sweet smile towards me. Annan, if I did or said anything that hurt you, then I'm sorry. But please tell Fang I'm sorry too. This isn't right. I hear footsteps behind me, and I already know it's the rest of the loser patrol without looking. Damn, dude! Lucy, you have to give Trish one more chance. If you're not gonna do it for her, then at least do it for me. Please, Lucy, you need to hear her out. Me and Reed miss us together, shooting the shit, playing songs, making fun of Nazer. No, fuck off. Lucy, come on. Guys, you're overwhelming her. Back off for a second. Stay out of this. Rosa, Stella, take a look around at this current situation. Once you realize what you're doing, please just leave us alone and don't bother us for the rest of the night. The two shut up and sheepishly back away a few steps. What? Are you two flaking on me as well? Trish, I'm thinking Annan's right here. We shouldn't be intruding on their special night. Yeah, my reading was wrong, so... I can't believe you two. We're playing now. I'm not asking again. She takes hold of Lucy's forearm and moves to take her back to the stage by force. Rosa blocks her way long enough for me to grab her wrist. Hey! Trish glares at me with murderous intent. Try again another time. She yanks her hand away from me in disgust, glancing between Stella and Rosa's disappointed stares and Fang's baleful leer. I guess that's it then. She backs off into the crowd. Lucy, are you alright? Yeah, I think I need to get away from the crowd. I wave off Stella and Rosa and lead Lucy away into the hallway. We find another corner near the bathrooms, unpopulated aside from a few students passing by for smokes. Lucy looks like her entire world has crumbled. Are you alright? Let me help you. Annan, please. I just want to move past it. Alright then. I don't want to see or talk to anyone anymore. Not even Rosa or Stella. Just us. I just want to see you. Only you. It's alright. You won't see anyone else anymore tonight. Lucy's chuckle is choked back as she offers me a strained smile. There, I did it again. I ruined everything for everyone again. How do I respond to that? None of this is your fault. She sighs. I need to go to the bathroom. It's okay. I'll go get some water or something while you're in. I won't take a minute. Sure. Alright. I watch her enter the restroom and re-enter the gym. I think there's lemonade and stuff by the food tables. Hey, you. Wrap your Jesus on his cross of rock. Give me strength. Hey. Is Fang okay? No. Tell me about Fang. Are they happy? I'd say so. She and Nazer are on speaking terms. Did Fang say anything about me? Would they ever forgive me? Look, Trish, this shit, it ends now. She said she would have constant nightmares of you wanting to talk to her. Maybe this could have been sorted out, but not today. You're doing more harm by staying here, though. I advise that you stay clear of her for now. Trish is getting teary. I'd better shut up now. It's okay. Tell Lucy I only want her to be happy. I won't be a bother anymore. She'll never see or hear from me again. I told Spears to cancel the performance. I'm going home. Maybe there will be another chance sometime. Bye. She left. Oh well. I get the drinks and return to Lucy. She downs the whole glass in one shot. You good? Yeah, fuck. Splashing your face with water works wonders. I'm good to go. I look at the crowd gathering around the stage. Principal Spears moves to the podium set there and taps on the microphone. Yeah, good to go. Speaking of, want to get some fresh air? Finally, I see a real smile from Lucy. Fresh air sounds pretty good right now. I hold my hand out and Lucy's hand links with it. Walking out from the stuffy gymnasium, we're met with cooling evening air. I feel that all the tension leave my body as Lucy's body presses closer to my side. Cold? A little. I'm not used to wearing these things. My hand leaves hers. Before Lucy can balk, I wrap my arm around her. How's this? I can one-up this. Right, wings. Her wings wrap around both of us as a feather cloak of warmth. You want me to call a taxi or something? Nah, we can walk home. It's a 15-minute walk to our neighborhood, which is filled with comfortable silence and for most of the way. I guess Lucy is as glad as I am to put everything that happened tonight behind us. As we round the corner past the bus stop, I let out an audible groan as my eyes land on a particular cart. It's that same hot dog vendor from before, illuminated under a street light in the same spot. She notices us almost immediately and begins wildly waving. Does she know you? I shrug and shake my head as we continue to approach the vendor. Well, if it isn't my favorite Skinny, and you brought your lady friend. It's like 10 at night. You can't get that many customers this late, right? Hey, you're here, ain't you? Now, look, now what can I get for the two of you lovebirds? Nothing says date night like some steaming hot Franks. I think we're good. We were just on our way back and... What? Fang's face glows bright red as she grasps her stomach. Okay. Well, we left before we could eat, didn't we? That's true. Nobody ever misses prom food, right? Prom, oh man, it was the life of the party at mine. Tell me, you kids got Reef City's dumb mascot. We shake our heads. Well, you at least spiked the punch, right? More shaking. Seriously, please tell me you egged the principal's car. No, we got into a fight. The vendor winces, but just as quickly puts on her smile. They could be yours too, you know. Right, I don't think it will be. Look, can we get some food? Our Fang night's been a fucking wash. Not still young, though. I listen to the sizzling meat as we wait. Look, kids, prom, it's not that special if you ask me. What makes something special is on you. For me, I think back to the shit I can actually remember. Carf's a hell of a drug. I'm getting off topic. Point is, the night isn't over yet. She motions to the table for us to sit at. Enjoy your dogs. Think about something to do with the rest of your night. Make it something worth remembering. I'm going to start packing for the night, though, so that's enough chatter from me. Thanks. Lucy and I sit at the plastic folding table with our artery-clogging grease tubes. Dad grills these sometimes, but I've never had one that wasn't just ketchup and mustard. Actually, I can't even tell what's on this. There's so much junk dumped on. They're just plain chili cheese dogs. Been a hot minute since I had one. Figured why not. She made a good point. What should we do with the rest of our night? Lucy chews contemplatively. I'm not sure if she heard me or is giving a silent review. Whatever we do, I want out of this dress first. It's freezing. Think your dad will let us watch some movies or something? Don't know, maybe. We only have cop movies and hunting documentaries, though. I'm down for it. After finishing, we wave goodbye to the vendor and start down Lucy's neighborhood. Oddly enough, there's no cars in the driveway when we arrive. Your folks get groceries this late at night? They probably took the opportunity to go on a date themselves. Don't remember the last time they took the occasion, though. Been maybe 3 years. Lucy kicks over a rock in the hallway and gets the key taped under it. Your parents put it there instead of under the doormat. Nah, I put this there. Here, they don't know about it. Get kicked out for the night one too many times, and you find ways back in on your own. Lucy stretches when we walk in. I'll change back into normal clothes, hang here a while. I nearly sit in my normal place on the couch when I notice the armchair. The now vacant armchair. That's for Lucy's dad only. Oh, how it calls to me. Oh, that's better. Lucy, what are you doing up this late at night? You better not be listening to that racket again. Oh my God. Anna, get out of there before you leave your scent. Scent? You can't be serious. It's your head on the line. Neither sat there once and he ended up with a new scar. Suddenly I find myself seated in my normal spot after all. Think they actually are on a date. If that's the case, the house is ours for at least an hour. Oh sweet, we gonna raid your dad's liquor cabinet then? He doesn't have one. Mom won't let him. He really is whipped. So, movie night then. Well, I was thinking. Lucy took hold of the coffee table in the middle of the room and started pushing it aside. Why are you doing that? With the living room now more open, Lucy approaches an antique stereo in the corner. I was really looking forward to dancing with you tonight. Double damn it, I thought I managed to get out of that. But the look in Lucy's eyes. I nod my head. Yes, I've always wanted to try out Mom's lights. The music playing from the stereo sounds positively ancient. Probably one of her parents' CDs, if it even uses CDs. Wait, what was that about lights? Lucy practically skips to the light switch and dims them. She then flicks a hidden switch and that casts the room in a hazy glow. What the fuck? Her eyes are drawn to the glowing my eyes are drawn to the glowing bugs. All around her. All across her. Wow. Wow. Like what you see? She turns back to me, and the anticipation in her eyes makes me feel more nervous. Shit, I just remembered. Just so you know, I can't dance. But we can leave our friends behind. And I mean, I really can't dance. Like quadriplegic with Down syndrome can't dance. But, yeah, I've been waiting since forever. Her hand clasps mine, and Lucy doesn't seem bothered at all with how moist my palms are. We move to the impromptu dance floor in hand until we manage to find an open space. Right, okay, like this. A right hand on her hip, I think. I try to take her right hand with my left, but Lucy shakes her head. Both of her arms wrap loosely around my neck. Lucy's body is pressed against mine, the contours of her little lithe frame fitting very well with mine. Oh hey, those alarms aren't broken. My left hand lands on her hip, too, and now I can't stop thinking about how Lucy molds against my body near perfectly. Just follow my lead, okay? Mom gave me some lessons. I nod swiftly. Lucy mutters a 1-2 count before taking a left step back. My right foot follows and lands on her toes. Ow! You fucking idiot. Sorry. No, don't worry. Just slowly, okay? Yeah, okay. Lucy repeats the step back. I step forward and manage somehow. She then steps to the side and I try to follow. Our awkward steps continue like this. A couple successful steps, and then I ruin it with a heavy step on her dainty toes. But slowly those failures are less and less common. By the third song, Lucy and I are finally managing a basic waltz. By the third song, Lucy and I... Oh. As the night goes on, the dance becomes more natural. In the light of the various strobes, I'm able to relish the moment, being this close, face to face. Whenever one of the lights passes directly through her eyes, they glow with the luster of cut amber, and her diamond pupils soften. There's no one else in the room right now, just us. You think it's going well? What? Our prom night. It didn't go as planned, but I like where it's taken us. I wouldn't rather be anywhere else right now. Me neither. The last song slowly fades away, leaving us in a comfortable silence in each other's arms. Under the black lights, I can fully take in Lucy's beauty. I felt humbled that she'd consider this horrible night to have still gone well. Lucy's eyes become lidded as she leans in towards my face. I meet her halfway, our mouths melding together. For all that's happened tonight, and still Lucy enjoyed it. 3 years later. VOLCANO Bluffs, new duty station. Recruiting teens to suffer just like I did. Good times, good times. I became a man. With my rucksack on my back and a cheap rolling case at my side, I make my way down to my old stomping ground for some cheap living. 3 years. I wonder if Lucy still lives here. There's new buildings in the Galleria, not to mention it's gotten even more labyrinthian. The sun reflecting off the mirror-polished windows are baking me alive in my JDUs. Thinking back, I think there's a park nearby that has a decent vending machine. Mentally retracing my steps from my senior year, I managed to find the park. Looks like they're holding some kind of festival, with all the booths set up and Tyranno tykes running around. There's an unoccupied picnic bench, miraculously, so I set my heavy bags carrying my entire life down and pop open my water bottle. Did I become a drifter or some shit? Sitting here, I can't help but reminisce about the last time I was here. Oops. There's an awful lot I left behind here. Like my high school sweetheart. The dicks in my old platoon never did believe me. Then again, I didn't want to show that photo album her mom gifted me. Raptor Jesus, I miss her. I wonder if she remembers that promise. Annan? I look up to see a pterodactyl in a floral print dress, running full tilt towards me. You remembered! What? I stand up and prepare to take her down. I am poorly prepared, however. She lunges at me, and before I think to grab my cheap-ass caber, or whatever that is, her beak meshes roughly against my lips. What? I curse my instincts as my hands reflectively hold my amorous attacker by her hips. Wait. I pull back, both for air and to figure out if this is who I think it is, and not some well-dressed, sexual harassing lady hobo. Lucy? You remembered our promise. Right. That I'd come back and be with you. How could I forget? I finally have a chance to take Lucy in. Gone is the halter top, torn jeans, and spiky hornband. In their place, a simple golden sundress and a large red ribbon tied around her head crest. Looking for the world like a pair of red bunny ears. Her hands remain on my shoulders, and I can see that she's checking me out now. I'm proud to say I'm no longer a lanklet, especially with how my uniform blouse's rolled up sleeves feel like they're cutting off the blood flow to my hands. Yeah, we're all gonna make it, lads. We're all gonna make it. You've really changed since I last saw you. I'm so glad you're safe after all these years. I got so worried for you. What if something happened overseas? What if you got lost or hurt? What if you never returned at all? Hey, have more faith in me. I still got all my limbs, right? I didn't get bruised too bad. Remember the time I fell down the stairs? I'm pretty indestructible, yeah? Maybe I'll wait before showing her my scars. You're pretty amazing. What have you been up to? I got my associates, and then Miss Lucy. Fang shrugs. And then this. A little T-Rex runs up to the table. Miss Lucy, Miss Lucy. Now, Vince, there's no need to yell this close. What's wrong? I was playing with Jared, and he said that earthquakes happen when my mommy gets out of bed. Oh, tell him it's not true. Tell him that his mom has a secret Tell him that his mom has a secret daddy she doesn't tell anyone about. Annan. Okay. No, you don't. Jared, get over here. After clearing up the squabble, Lucy slumps over the picnic table again. Want me to get you a water bottle or something? No thanks, I had lemonade earlier. The fair's some annual town hunting celebration. This year the people in charge had extra funding. So today they're letting the local schools have a field trip here free of charge. Need another chaperone? Chaperone? Ugh. Need another chaperone? I'd love to, but parents get really upset about this sort of thing. You have to be qualified and certified to look after these guys. Oh, I need a child monitoring license, yeah? Bonkers, yeah? I chuckle aloud at my own silly accent. Lucy's giggles echo my mirth. Lucy's giggles slowly melt away, and a trickling tear leaves from her eye. Okay, now it's like that. You're really back. Her arms wrap around me tightly, as if afraid I'll disappear at any moment. My hand rubs comforting circles across her back, soothing her. Yeah, I'm back, Lucy. I'm surprised you waited for me here. Of course, that promise means the world to me, Annan. We stay embraced in the hot sun for just a moment longer before I let go again. Lucy's gaze lingers on the children, her eyebrows knit together in contemplation. Look at him, Annan. Fang points towards the kids screaming and falling over each other. We were all like this at some point. Stupid? Yeah, no, I mean careless, innocent. Suppose we were. She lets out a sigh. One day they're going to start thinking and doing all the wrong things we thought and did when we were teenagers. I wish I could stop it from happening. They're perfect, just like this. Kids can be jack mean to each other, but not cruel. The world makes them cruel. Until then, they're free. We gotta protect their freedom, save them from our mistakes. That's quite a statement from her. You've changed. I think now would be a good time for a segue. I'm glad to see you're doing good. How's everyone else? Everyone else? You know, Nazer, Trish, Naomi, Reed, all those guys. Oh, Nazer went to medical school. She closes her eyes as though trying to recall a lost memory. I haven't seen Naomi, though. And the others? Haven't seen them since either. But you're here now. Now that you're back, I'm never letting you go again. I'm not going anywhere, Sweet Tooth. Lucy rolls her eyes. You know, if you had said that back then, I'd have hit you. Yeah, and then I'd have done it again just because you're cute and you're annoyed. When you're annoyed. I guess we've both changed since then. Oh yeah? How so? I mean, when I first enrolled, I had every intention of just laying low and not sticking out. I didn't care about making friends as long as it suited that goal. As long as I didn't get bullied anymore, I was glad to just blend in. Guess that plan fell apart. It did, yeah. I kind of blame you for that development. I made you care about people. You did. A few kids chase each other around the table. You get any break time today? I'd love to check out the towns, see what else is different. I'd love to. I'll go ask. I might get a few minutes to step away. Yeah, and we can go and check Volcano High again for old time's sake. She freezes for a second. I'd rather not, Volcano High. Too many bad memories. Lucy ended up getting the rest of the day off from her supervisors. I was surprised by how understanding they were once they saw me. They said I deserved it after a hard day's work. You do look exhausted dealing with the ankle biters. Not at all, truth be told. I love doing what I do. Catching up with Lucy was the happiest I felt in years. The memories came rushing back as we walked under the hot sun. So you don't know at all how Reed and Trish are doing? Oh, when was the last time I spoke with them? Hope Trish is alright. The two of you were friends for the longest time. I guess I didn't feel the need to see them again. Looking back, they were terrible influences. I guess so. And Stella and Rosa? Haven't seen them either. Seems weird, considering Rosa was such help to us. Don't get me wrong, I love what Rosa did for me, Nazer and you, but I guess I just didn't need to see her anymore. I didn't want to see anyone else, for that matter. You must have had friends in the army, back at rock bottom, or even before that, right? They're gone from your life too. There's nothing wrong with that. Haven't you looked for them? I don't want to. The scenery here seems familiar. Oh, this is my old path to school. Maybe I will get to see it after all. Let's turn away to Moe's or somewhere. I wanted to see the school again, though. No, Annan. Seems like we just repeat each other. I get upset over nothing, and I apologize. Sorry, I just don't want to remember Volcano High. I did too much dumb stuff there, you know. I just want to forget all that happened. Moe's is fine, too. I do want to see how that fossil is doing. Actually, Moe retired. He sold his franchise. Well, we can still go check it out. It took a while to get there, but getting to be nearly 5 when we arrived at Moe's, we ordered our usual and picked a table. I can see the old piano in my peripheral vision. I've been asking so much about what you're doing now, but what happened while I was away? I remembered your promise. I tried improving myself really hard, but things kept getting difficult. For a while I gave up. There were times I'd cry. I would think back to when you were here and miss you so much. I don't want to worry you with the details of what I did during that time, but I guess I realized something. All this time I was a huge dick to my family. I idolized things too much and lashed out at them for not being on the same page as me. I wanted to be a rock star, so I wanted them to behave a certain way I think it would fit for that lifestyle. I was being unfair and unrealistic towards them. I wanted them to hate me, and somehow that was going to further my career. Looked like it worked a lot for a lot of famous people. I didn't want to make my family sad anymore, so I just did what I've always should have done and learned to love them, to thank them for all they did for me. So you kept playing? I'd love to see what you've composed over the years. I'm sure it's great. No, I just gave that up. Man, that was such a huge part of you. I didn't need it anymore. Plus, it reminded me too much of Trish. I put away the instruments somewhere and never played anything ever again. Then what have you been doing all these years? Dad needed help with the charity event. He bought food, and he needed me to help him carry it around since Nazer was away in college. I thought it was just going to be a boring evening with a bunch of brats, but I saw something. I saw the children. They ran around me. They offered me toys to play with. I joined them. I lifted them from the ground. Some clung to my legs as I moved about. No one's ever played with me like that. No one ever approached me like that. It was so pure, so innocent. Should have shown them a picture of you in your high school clothes. That would be hilarious. But yeah, I enjoyed my time with the children so much, I asked around in my church, and eventually I got a gig dealing with preschoolers. She looks so happy right now, I feel like I would ruin the mood to bring up Trish Reed and the others again. You know, part of me expected you to forget about the whole promise. That I'd come back and some lucky dino guy had already swept you off your feet. She just smiles and gives a small laugh. The amount of guys I had to tell that my boyfriend was just deployed and coming home soon. She began stroking my hand on the table. And I'd never forget about you or our promise. Part of me is glad she's saying this to me, but I still have too many questions. It's weird because I know she's happy. She looks happy in her work, and she's glad I'm here. But something deflates the moment. I don't know what it is. I look towards the decorative piano Moe always had in the corner. Look, Fang, the piano. What about it? You think they'd let us play it? I don't know, it's probably out of tune. Might be worth a shot, come on. But you can't play. Then you play. As we sit by the piano, I think she understands why I'm teasing her like that. I open the lid. The keys look rather pristine. And her fingers lightly roll across the keys. She retracts herself. I haven't played in a long time. I don't know if I can still do it. But I bet you still remember how to do it. She positions her hands just above the keys. I haven't done this in years. I don't even know which song to play. I want to see you play, that's all. I want to hear you after all this time away. All right. She gave out a sigh, but then, what to play? Her eyes seemed to glimmer for a moment. I know. Remember this? It was our song, remember? We made it together. I still got it. I always thought of this melody when I thought about you. I guess I never forgot how to do it. Thought I'd be rusty with the piano. You play beautifully. Thank you. I sit closer to Lucy. She rests her head on my shoulder. Her hands are still resting on the keys, eager to play again. You shouldn't have abandoned music. We talked about what we would do now, especially since it was getting dark outside and the street lights were coming on. We walked our way back to where we started, near the park. I don't know, Annan. It's just so weird. A music teacher? I don't know, Fang. It could be cool if you tried. Fang is shivering, the colder air setting in. Here, this'll get you warmer. Now I draw Lucy close to my chest. Oh, look at those fucking scars, man. She snuggles up to me. Thank you. She's precious, being taller now. I guess the animal part of my brain is telling me to protect my smaller and more fragile mate. Little by little, I'll get you back to music. Your friends, I'm sure it'll work out fine towards the end. Lucy stirs. She doesn't like the idea. Please don't ask me to do that. I'm not ready. How are you not ready? I lied, Annan, okay? I lied. I disappointed you. I promised I would get better, but you're clearly not happy with how I turned out. Nonsense. You have no idea how proud I am of you. I'm still broken, Annan. I've even started preening again because I had no one. But remembering I promised you and Nazar I wouldn't do it anymore hurt even more so. But that was years ago. I swear I tried getting better. Forgive me. I'm the one signed this time. You wanted me to live my own life, be this great person you wanted me to be. Yet I'm here doing menial church tasks and dealing with children. I've got no friends, no new songs, nothing going on for me. I know I needed to be a famous musician to make you happy. I know I needed to have forgiven Trish and the others. But it just didn't work out. I couldn't do it. I'm lonely. You're all that's left for me. You didn't need all that to be happy. I still think you're the best. Forget it, Lucy. What's done is done. We're here. That's all that matters. I embrace her. I could tell she was getting tense, but slowly she relaxes in my arms and pierced through my chest. When I said that we being together was all that mattered, she hugged me back. I'm here, and I still can't believe it. Lucy is shaking with excitement in my arms now. I already am thinking up all kinds of things we could do. Fuck, just knowing I won't see you until tomorrow already hurts me. I can take you to see Mom and Dad. Right now, they would get a kick out of seeing you like this. Not right now. That would be too much for them to take in. And I have to unpack too. I got a little room in a motel for now. Would you like some help? I thought to deny her, but Lucy's eyes are pleading with me to say yes. I've got quite a bit. You sure? All the more reason for me to help. All right then. My motel isn't too far from here. I wasn't kidding when I said I had a lot to unpack. Between all the luggage I had brought back with me, and the heavier memories of my time spent in the arid deserts, I saw and felt a different side of Lucy I'd partially forgotten. Her tender hands rubbing soothingly across the scars now littered across my chest. We stayed up till the warm morning glow of dawn lit up the messy motel room. Clothes, paperwork, and useless knickknacks I'd collected were scattered everywhere in an organized chaos. And yet I never felt more rest and at peace with the world than with Lucy cuddled up next to me. A peace shattered by my stomach demanding subsistence loudly. How about we get some breakfast, my treat? A breakfast date does sound nice. How about we invite my family? I'm sure Mom would love to see you again. Probably would, too. However, I'd rather spend it with just you. I grin as I watched Lucy's face turn beet red. You were never this smooth a talker. Fine, but I definitely want them to see you. Tomorrow, then? Tomorrow. I'll tell them first. Get them hyped to see you. That'd be great. So tomorrow, then? Tomorrow, yeah. We made our way towards her car door, but before getting in, she once again embraces me, this time a little stronger. It's okay. I was so lonely. You don't need to be alone, you know. I'm so glad you're here. I missed you. I missed you too, Lucy. Though I miss the old Fang, I'm elated. I love you, Lucy. Volcano High School Musical, ending 3 of 4.